Hey everyone, Graham here with the latest updates from We Share Abundance. We are a cloud nation, an emerging nation. We've been around for about 4.25 years, putting in solid foundations because we need to be here for generations, not just a few weeks, months or years like most of the websites online. We are now in a position where we are expanding our economy, and that will benefit all our citizens because it'll improve the liquidity and the value of our currency. And all our citizens hold our currency. Anybody can become a citizen. There is no obligation, there's no fee. You just come along, prove you're a real person, and that's all there is to it. Once you are accepted as a citizen, and everybody is, then you are treated equally with every other citizen. We don't pigeonhole you because of where you come from or what you look like or anything else. We're a non-separatist organisation. That means we don't separate people for any reason. We just see everybody as a human being, part of one big family of humanity, all linked together. And we'll be having a little affirmation in a moment to help us with that ideology. But before that, we'll have a little prayer to help us find what everybody seeks in life, which is true happiness, everlasting bliss, not short-term pleasure. Don't confuse pleasure and happiness. Pleasure, short-term pleasure you get from buying a new car, riding a fairground ride, paying off your credit cards, all sorts of little things, and you get these pleasurable feelings from. But that deep-rooted inner happiness is something that you can't buy. A lot of people with a lot of money are still searching for it. They don't really know what they're looking for, but they know there's something missing from their life. And it is that bliss, and you can only get that through loving service to others. The great thing about being of loving service to others is the more you go about your life in that way, the more everything else that you want and need in life will flow to you. You don't have to chase after money. You don't have to worry about how you're going to make time to do things. It'll all just start fitting into place and working for you. So that's what our little prayer's about. And now let's just welcome everybody in, whether you're watching the replay or whether you're watching live. We always have quite a number of people that watch live, but we have an enormous amount of people that watch the replay because 7 p.m. London time isn't convenient for everybody. And so we have replays that are available on Facebook or YouTube, and they go right back to day one for over 4 years ago. Okay, so let's see who we've got in that's in the comment section and letting us know where they're from. We've got Ramachandra in from Watford in England. We've got Ron in from Amsterdam in Holland, Lewis from Lisbon in Portugal, Don in from Vancouver Island, British Columbia, Canada, Eric from Gatineau in Quebec in Canada, Brian from Ohio, USA, Andrew from New Zealand, Auckland, Peter from Cameroon, and another Peter from Kettering in England. And I'm sure there'll be more joining us as we go through. But let's have that little prayer, affirmation, then I'll let you know what's been happening today and where we are. Okay. Dear Heavenly Father, we are so happy and grateful for you, and we ask that you bless the We Share Abundance community, that it may fill each member's heart with unconditional love. And through that love, bless each member that they find the joy of service. And through service, attract true happiness and everything they want and need into their lives. Amen. And our little affirmation. We're so happy and grateful to be citizens of the United States of the world with God and truth as our leaders. Heavenly Father, may thy kingdom of peace come into our world as it is in heaven and free us all from divisive inharmony, that we may become perfect citizens in body, mind, and soul of thy world. Okay, right. The first good news is that the cron job ran correctly, successfully for the ShareHope program today. We are really finished with the development of the ShareHope program. There's still some things that need fixing on the reporting aspects. We're still not showing the matching bonus in the stats and things like that. But I've not been able to get hold of Rohit. He's probably out of town, and hopefully he'll be back this weekend and we can get some of those things sorted out. But from the point of view of how the program works, it's a done deal. The big part that's missing is how we communicate the fact to any member once somebody in their power line is upgraded. It's not a challenge to program, but it's a challenge to send out so many emails if we're going to do it by email. So we've got to work around it somehow. And we will be taking a look at that because it is a very, very important part of how the program works. People need to know if somebody below them in their power line has upgraded. They need to know that if they upgrade, they'll be in their matrix somewhere, certainly in the community matrix. Not necessarily in their personal matrix. It depends on their team and whose team they're in, who sponsored them, and all this sort of stuff. But in the community matrix, it means you're going to capture somebody that is going to be in the community matrix after you. And that means that they are beneficial to you financially. They may not appear directly in your pay line, but they will be moving you closer to somebody getting into your pay line. The simple task of, or decision task, leap of faith, whatever you want to call it, of just committing to that $2.50 a week will secure your future, as long as it is a true commitment and not, well, I'll do it until, or I'll do it because, or, you know, it's just a case of I'll do it, full stop, nothing interferes with it, no conditions, $2.50 a week. Now in time, could be a short period of time, could be a little bit longer. That $2.50 a week will be covered by your commissions anyway, and then you're in free and clear. But you have to fund it until it gets to that position. And once it's got to that position, it's just going to keep growing, and the income that you get will continue to grow. And it might grow slowly and it might grow quickly, and sometimes it'll do both. It'll go slowly one week and it'll go really fast another, and you'll think, oh, this is really taking off, and then it'll go really slow the week after, and so on. But it will continue to grow, and eventually, sometimes quickly, for some people it'll happen very quickly, for some people it'll take a while. That community matrix will be producing over $6,000 every 4 weeks. Plus liquidity for you to withdraw from your ShareHope wallet. And of course, there will be some aspect in your personal matrix. Now, that could have moved faster or slower than the community matrix. Usually, the personal matrix will move a lot faster when you've got an active team, and slower when you've got a lot of people who really can't be bothered doing anything and just want to sit and wait and watch. So we can't give any time frame. It would differ for everybody anyway. But what we can say is if you get in and stick with it for just $2.50 a week initially, and that'll gradually reduce until it's being paid out of profit rather than pocket, you will in time get to that point where you have well over $6,000 a month in income. And not just you, it'll go to whoever you choose. If you, not if you, because everybody does, when you die, okay? I know people don't like to talk and think about dying, but it happens to us all, and it will pass on to somebody else, and to somebody else, and to somebody else. It'll go down generation after generation. So you're not just doing it for yourself, you're doing it for all your future offspring or your future designated people that you want to benefit. Okay, I see we've got a few more people in. We had Peter and Peter. I remember we got Werner in from South Africa, got Maureen in from London in England, Mary from Chicago, USA, Nankiep from Nigeria, and Richard from Devon in England. Okay, so effectively we can move from the ShareHope plan. We will be thinking about and getting that notification system available somehow, some way, somewhere in the very near future. But from Monday, we'll be doing the upgrades on the 777 plan. We'll be getting those out of the way. And then once that's done, we're done pretty much with the 777 and with the ShareHope. We will be monitoring the 777 to make sure that we're getting a good balance between the assisted entries and the funding for the assisted entries. But essentially, we'll have finished the main work on that. There'll be tweaks, and always will be tweaks and things that we need to do. Sometimes there'll be quick fixes, sometimes they'll take a little bit longer. But it will mean we'll be able to move on. So once we get that 777 out of the way next week, I'm not sure how many days it'll take, we will then, through Devyani, be starting on the MOL. And the MOL is important because it's an integral part of 777 and ShareHope, and it will provide you with an extra income source, an extra income stream. And we have massive vision for the MOL, but it'll come in little bits. It'll be just a little bit at a time. And as we get those little bits sorted out, then gradually it'll grow and be expanded into the vision that we have. But it'll start slow with just a bit here and there. So don't expect a full-blown system very, very rapidly. It will be an ongoing project. Devyani will then be mainly concentrating on that. I will be employing somebody in the games as soon as we get out of that. We get the games, that Fun Miracle site underway. Then I personally will be going into marketing mode for the Turnkey Cash Cow people, and I will let everybody have the results that come in from the marketing. You know, if we spend $100 and we get 10 leads, we'll let you know, and we'll tell you where and how. And if we spend $100 and get no leads, we'll let you know, and we'll tell you where and how. And if we spend $100 and get 1,000 leads will let you know. Whatever it is, will let you know. Now, it's no guarantee that you'll get the same results, but it's a very good starting point if you are intending to do some paid advertising, essentially. I don't think we'll be doing anything that is free. If you want free advertising, it's time consuming, it's not scalable, and it's difficult, in all honesty. But you can do it, and it's okay for individuals, but it's not really, if you're happy with, just an odd recruit here and there, which it's good, don't get me wrong, it's not to be taken away from you. In fact, if you can get one person a month into your business that is nice and active and doing the same sort of thing, your business will grow massively very quickly. So I'm not knocking people that go out and just get an odd one here and there. But what I am saying is that if I am marketing for the Turnkey Cash Cow people, we need more than that. We need to be getting them several people into their business, ideally every day, certainly every week, and not just an odd one here and there. And so you'll be able to see that, and if that is something that you want to do, you'll have some statistics to guide you. Okay, let's see who else we've got in. Did we welcome Bazina? I don't remember welcoming Bazina today from Edinburgh in Scotland, Deborah from Southern Alabama, USA, Jason from Nigeria. Please, has the matrix been run today? I haven't seen any increase in the income since the resumption of the system. Yes, it has. You will only get an increase in the income if somebody new is placed into a paid position in your matrix. Okay? If we have people that are in there and they paid, you won't get paid for them every week because they pay every 4 weeks. You're only going to get a payment from those people when they renew their subscription. So it'll be week 1, week 5, week 9, and so on. You won't get paid weeks 2, 3, and 4 for the same $10. You'll only get paid it once. So the thing to do is look at what's happened in your matrix, how things are maybe getting closer in your community matrix. The increase, if you get an odd person in your either matrix that you haven't personally referred, will be small. It'll only be a few cents, but it will build over time. But it'll only apply for people that are new in this current week that go into your pay line, if you like, in whichever matrix you're talking about. Okay, but yeah, it was run and it's run successfully. It looks good to me. Okay, we've got Kingsley in from Manchester in England, and we've got Brian in from not sure where, Brian Watlet. I've noticed in my share hope that I have 2 positions but no rank yet. Am I in both of the matrices? Yeah, you will be in both of the matrices, but you may not have anybody in your underneath you. And if you haven't got anybody underneath you, then you won't have any rank. In the community matrix, you need to be several levels down before you start getting ranked. in your personal matrix, you just need 3 people to get to the first rank that releases funds. I can't remember what it is. Believe? I don't know. But anyway, you just need 3 people to get that first level of your personal matrix filled, and you're on the path to personal liquidity. But if you have nobody underneath you, yeah, you'll be in the matrix. It'll show that you have positions, but you won't see anything there because there's nobody to show you. Okay, so I hope that's answered your question. I'm not sure whether it has. It's always difficult to explain things just purely in words because most people are visual. I mean, people explain things to me in words, and I appreciate that more than a visual. I'm a bit unusual that way. I like words. I remember song lyrics. I remember conversations word for word that I've had with people years back. I remember passages from books. I've not got a photographic memory, don't get me wrong, but things that sort of attract my attention in words and stick with me. But most people are visual. Most people like to see it, and we'd benefit from having some sort of whiteboard presentation that I could do. I think it's probably available in this app, but I don't know how to do it, and I've not looked and found out, and I can't see anything that tells me that it should be. Slides, extra camera, video file, share screen, maybe they don't have a whiteboard facility. I don't know, but I've done my best to explain it. If it's not clear, let me know again, and I'll try and do a better job. Okay. Brian says it has. Okay, good. Okay. Numbers. Let's give you some numbers. We have an increase of 3 again. So we're not really breaking eggs with a big stick, as a pal of mine always used to say, at the moment with the ShareHope plan. It's slow, but if we keep getting a few every day, it will mount up and it will gradually snowball. But we have just 3 and it's gone up to 458. I think the matrix ran at 457. So we've got 1 person already in for next week. The 777 plan went up by 44 to 20,663. The active member count's only gone up by 3. Now, I'm not sure whether that is because we started removing people that haven't verified their email. We have discussed this, or Devyani and I discussed this, but I'm not quite sure whether that's been fully implemented at this moment in time. So I think to only have an increase of 3, which is really out of context with everything that's been happening, there must be something along those lines, but I'm not sure. But of course, we don't want people in that haven't verified their email, because if you've not verified your email, you can't log in. If you can't log in, you're not really a member. So we are going to be removing them. After 7 days, they're going to get a message saying, we're going to remove you in 3 days unless you verify your email. Click this link to do that. And if they don't, then we'll take them out. I mean, they've had 10 days, and if they've not verified their email in 10 days, then they're not interested, are they? So there we go. But I'm not sure. I only checked this figure just a few minutes before we came live, and Devian had already gone, so I didn't get the chance to ask her why it was only 3. But we will get to the bottom of it, and we'll sort it out. And we'll see what happens in the coming days as well. Okay, Multiply Weezer, no change in memberships or anything. We did log in and we did get a revenue share of how much? About $1.10 or something like that, taking us up into the next dollar amount, 10,512 in the bonus pool. Of course, once we get that Fun Miracles site up and running, and at least phase 1 of the mall up and running, we might go into another phase before we move on to the Weezer. But we will be working then on Multiply Weezer, the Weezer tokens, getting them onto a different blockchain, having a system which will allow people to convert them into the new Weezer tokens, and we will have controlled liquidity and value there, and we will be reactivating the Multiply Weezer program, which is good profitable program, but it was messed up by me allowing far too many Weezer tokens to be withdrawn, and we had millions of them and people cashing them in for next to nothing, and it was runaway inflation. I will not make that same mistake again, folks. Okay, we'll get it right. Okay. Yeah, one thing that I'm working towards, and we are working towards, is getting all the programs to work together. And what will happen in the near future, once we get the 777 plan back up and pulling people out of the pool again, we'll very quickly use up the other 20,000 or whatever it is we've got in members in the database that are not in the 777 plan. So we'll have everybody that is a member in the 777 plan. With that, we'll have no reserve, we'll have no pool. So it means that every member that joins then, if they don't upgrade within 7 days, in which case you will retain them. You know, if you sponsor somebody and they join, and within 7 days they upgrade or you pay it forward for them into the 777 plan, they are not in the pool and you retain them as your referral. However, if they don't upgrade through any way, any system, then after 7 days they're in that pool, and we're going to need those people, and so immediately they're going to go into the 777 plan. So anybody that joins is going to be in that 777 plan in, let's say, 10 days or less, whether they put their hand in their pocket or they don't, or whether somebody else puts their hand in their pocket for them or they don't. They will be in the 777 plan. Now, the 777 plan has a stage in it where we put funds into a special account. They're your funds, they're in a special account for you, and those funds will be used to make sure that people get into other plans. So even if we get somebody that is a bit of a dead leg, let's call them that. I mean, I don't want to be nasty, you know, but somebody that joins and doesn't do anything and doesn't really believe in anything and hangs around now and again, and you know, there are those people. but we're going to change them because they will get into the 777 plan. And as the 777 plan grows and expands, they will get to the point where they have funds into this special account, which is their account. And those funds will be used, and we will be putting people into, at the moment, I think it says in the terms, I'm not sure where it says it, but it talks about the Easy Business Builder plan and the Poverty Crusher plan. But our priority will be to get them into the Sharehope plan, because that way they will start to generate income in the Sharehope plan and also create personal liquidity to withdraw funds that they're accumulating in their Sharehope wallet. So those two are going to work in sync, but there will be more than enough to do that. And we're going to revamp the Easy Business Builder plan drastically. And I'm not going to get into too much detail, but they'll be in that as well. We're going to move it so that there is only one level in that plan. And it's the same for everybody. And it's going to be absolutely amazing value what people are going to get as a member of that plan. So much so that people will be happy to pay the nominal amount we're going to charge for all the services that we're going to offer through that plan. And we're going to be offering more than is available currently. Even if we just offered what was available currently, it's still going to be a great deal, but we're going to be putting more things in there. And so they're going to get into that plan as well, and the Poverty Crusher plan, which is, just $5 a month we're going to put in there. So it's all really low cost, but all working together and all synergistically there. Now they're going to be buying things as well from the mall using their coupons that they get. And other people, they can perhaps introduce people to the mall, and they might buy something, and that's additional income that people will be making. So it's all going to be really, really linked together so that somebody can come in, join, do nothing, and it's going to take time. I mean, we're not talking about next week they're going to be millionaire, right? It's going to take time, but they will get into the 777 plan, and the 777 plan will be working. They'll be moving through that 777 plan, and that will be enhanced, the speed at which people move through it, through the spillover system that we're going to put into that plan. And as they get through and they get that funding in, then they'll be in the Sharehope plan as well. So they'll be getting money, they'll have income coming in from the 777 plan. They'll be in the Sharehope plan, they'll start getting income from that. They'll start being able to withdraw from their Sharehope balance wallet. They'll be in the Easy Business Builder plan, and that is going to be an amazing thing with amazing potential. But once again, it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to be a really good plan. They're going to be in that, and they're going to be in the Poverty Crusher, and all these things are going to be generating income. So it's going to be such a wonderful opportunity to just join, even as just a free member that never does anything, to join We Share Abundance. And of course, it will benefit everybody. Now, they will need to log in at least half their available days and read their messages to be able to withdraw their money. And they need to use their funds and build up to the elite level, pool 6. And that, of course, is going to then, with the influx of new members, it's going to boost the value of the Sharehope tokens. So if you've got 100 tokens now, we've got people that have got a lot more than that, and we've got some people that have got a lot less as well, obviously. But if you've got 100 tokens now, and we're at what, $320 or whatever it is, value for the Sharehope token, and that is going up by let's say just 5% a month, and it'd probably be going up a lot more than that. But that's 60% in a year, but it would be compounded. You're looking at doubling your money in a year that you're holding in shareholder tokens, whether they are in your external wallet or whether they are in your internal wallet. Now, if they're in your internal wallet, they will, of course, still be subject to liquidity for withdrawal. But if they're in your external wallet, if you've got them in there and they're going up every month, and remember, they can never come down in value. Once they start going up, they're never going to come down. You're going to be having one of the best investments available anywhere globally. And the same will apply to everybody else. So holding onto some shareholder tokens, if we look at what happened when we first launched over 4 years ago, we did some things right, very right, and that was the way that we handled the value of the tokens. But we did some things very wrong as well, because what we did wasn't intended, but it obviously became a Ponzi, and we had to change that. But the way that the value of the tokens escalated, we did right, and that we're carrying over into where we are now. Now, we've not seen any escalation in value for a long time because we've had a falling membership base. But as the active member count goes up, as we get a lot of people into Pool 6, and that will happen, it will start going up again. Now, if we look at it, we started out with the tokens at $1 each, and they shot up to over $300 in about 6 months. We're now at $300. We're not going to ever go below $300. But when they start going up, from $1 to $300, imagine what your $300 token is going to be looking like once we really get moving with the influx of members. Because, as I say, it doesn't matter if a member comes in free, it'll still benefit us in every way, and it'll benefit them in every way. Then you're going to see that massive, massive increase in the value of our currency, and you're holding wads of it right now in your wallet, and it's just going to grow in numbers, and those numbers are going to increase in value. So it's very exciting what's going to be happening in the next few years, folks. And of course, when people see that happening, they're going to want to buy the token. They're going to say, look, this token was stuck at $300 for 3 years, 4 years, and then all of a sudden it started taking off. And I've read the white paper, and it says it can never go down in value, and it's now $1,000. I want to get some before it goes to $2,000, and people are going to want that token. They're going to buy it, and that's going to push the price up externally as well as our internal mechanism. And people, are going to want to buy your tokens. They can either join and get them gradually, or if they want a lump, people that invest in tokens and see a good deal, they put thousands of dollars into them quite quickly. How are they going to get thousands of dollars worth of tokens? The only way they're going to get them is from you. And that is when the exchanges will be chasing us, saying, can we put your token on our exchange? Instead of saying, if you want to put your token on our exchange, we can do it for you. You've got to guarantee us $10,000 worth of income from the sales. They're going to be saying, can we put it on? We'd like to place your token. I'm going to say, well, what's in it for us? The shoe will be on the other foot. Okay, very exciting times. Let's have a quick look here. We've got Goonski. I'm sorry. I don't know what your name is, but you're from Twitch, and it's Goonski. Reminds me, I mean, I was a fan of the Goon Show, showing my age, I suppose. I don't know when it finished, but that was a great program. Boom! What was that noise? It was a noise only an idiot could hear. What was that noise I heard? Anyway, never mind. Best viewers on buygeardirect.com. Oh, somebody selling something. We're not really interested, thanks, Goonski, but there you go. How is the value of the ShareHook token calculated? It's calculated against the dollar amount that we allocate to people. And that dollar amount is going to be going up anyway, because we're going to be allocating more dollar value to people for their ShareHook wallets based on their rank. Now, at the moment, you know, we've got what, 2,000 people. I can't remember what the figures are, but if you look on the State of the Nation, you'll see the amount of tokens that there were. I think it was only like $670,000 gross national product, something like that. Now we can put a maximum of 20,000 tokens per month into the system. We can't do more than that. It's programmed that way. At the moment, we don't even need it because we've got tokens that come in from people that are selling tokens and things. And if you divide the 300 into whatever it was, let's say 300 into 600,000, it's what, 200, is it? Something like that. Bad time of the day for me. I think $30. We've got 20,000 tokens. They would be $30 roughly, wouldn't they? Each to pay $600,000 out in gifts or whatever it is, our gross national product. And at the moment, our tokens are 300. So we need 10 times the amount of people before we start to see an increase in value. We probably need more than 10 times. We've only got about 2,000 people that are actually earning, helping us get to that gross national product. Maybe 3,000. No, I think it's less than 3,000. It's nearer 2, I think. But we probably need 40,000 or something like that. 40,000. Yeah, if we had 40,000 people that were generating more income, we'd have a bigger gross national product. And then when you divide that by the 20,000 tokens, you get a much bigger price, a more realistic price. And I think somewhere around about 45,000, we'll start to see the price going up again. Active members, 45,000. We've been there before. It sounds a lot when you say we've only got a couple of thousand now, but we've been up there before. And we will be up there and beyond again. And it won't take us that long because, as I say, once we get everything smoothed out and everything is working together, people would be foolish not to join, even if they just joined and logged in every day and never did anything else. never paid anything, never did anything, never wanted to do anything except just log in and read the messages, because it will make them money and it will generate that income over a period of time, and it will be ever increasing because of the synergy between the programs. So that will go up again. But the maximum tokens that we can put into the system every month is 20,000. I say we do have some tokens that come in anyway from various things that coming back from members in ways which are more than enough at the moment actually to cover things. So that's why you've not seen a price change for a long time. But once that active membership goes up, there'll be more people generating more income. Even if you look at just that $150 a month that is generated now for Pulse 6 members, then you multiply that by the number of active members we have, and it soon gets to beyond the 20,000 times 300, 2 million. We've been well over 2 million gross national product in the past, and we'll be up there again. And when we are, it will force the value of the token up because we can't just plow more and more tokens in to pay people. So we have to raise the value of the token and say, okay, the value of the token is now this, and that is going to benefit every member. Okay, I hope that you understood that a little bit. It's quite a complicated formula. Took me a long time to work out, and I'm normally good on formulas. I'm a bit out of practice. It's, nearly 50 years since I did it professionally, but there you go. Okay, so that is how it works, and that's how it will work. And when it starts kicking in again, we will get that interest from outside the community, speculators saying, yeah, I'll have $1,000 worth and I'll have $10,000 worth and so on. And you'll be amazed at how much people will want to put in, and that will just drive the price up. Because if you've got tokens to sell, you're going to want the best price you can get for them. So why sell cheap? You can always cash them at the value within our exchange anyway. Like if somebody wants to buy tokens off you now, why sell them for anything less than 320 or whatever the guaranteed value is that we have now? You wouldn't want to, would you? But you might want to say, okay, yeah, I'll sell them for 650 because I can get 620 on the exchange, but I'll sell them to you for 650 if you want. And if they're happy to pay 650, bang, you've made a bit more. Now, if you take that and scale it up, when we've got the tokens and they're at $1,000 or $2,000 each, and people want to buy them, and you can get 2,000 for them, and people want to buy them because they know they keep going up, you're going to be in a very powerful position when people want to buy from you. Okay, that pretty much covers what I've got for you today, folks. I've not seen any more questions. Of course, tomorrow is, it's Friday today, isn't it? Tomorrow is Saturday. There won't be much reporting on the development unless I get hold of Rohit. I will try and get some clarification from Devyani on the registered member count, see what's happening there, whether we've got that implemented properly. Other than that, it'll be just what I can put together for you. But I'll be here answering any questions with honesty and transparency. 7 p.m. London time, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. Until then, get out there, do your bit, share some love and abundance, be of loving service to others, go the extra mile, and I'll see you later, alligator. In a while, crocodile. See you later, alligator. Always wear a smile. See you later, alligator. Go the extra mile. See you later, alligator. Come on. In a while, crocodile.